I think you can see a switch flip here with Sam, where it's like she's realizing all the terrible things Ron has done to her, so she chases after him. It's like she just completely loses it and she's in like a complete breakdown. It's so sad to watch. Hi, I'm Ray Arcade. Welcome to my channel. The last time we were at the Jersey Shore house, Sammi was finally bonding with the girlies, but the tensions between her and Ron were rising, resulting in them breaking up. What will happen next? Take my hand as we find out on this Jersey Shore retrospective. Today we are covering Season 3, Episode 7 called Cabia Here, and it premiered on February 10th, 2011. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I will be reading one of your comments from my previous video. And if you would like to subscribe, that would be nice. Thank you. It's the morning after Ron and Sam's big breakup, blow-up fight, and Sam was supposed to move her stuff out of Ron's room. She doesn't. So they wake up and immediately are fighting. Ron and Sam's fighting is Mike's alarm clock. He wakes up to them cock-a-doodle-doing at each other, and it sounds like a waking nightmare. There's this weird interaction with Mike and Sam when they're alone in the kitchen, where Mike says that her relationship with Ron is not going to get better and that they need to break up. And he's right.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
You're right. It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place.
And Sam seems kind of annoyed about it. She dismisses him and says, I don't even want to talk about it. And she goes upstairs. I don't know if she's doesn't like because Mike is just telling the truth. She doesn't want to hear it. Or she's uncomfortable with Mike inserting himself into Ron and Sam's relationship because he kind of had a thing for her in Season 1. I don't know. In the confessional, Sam says this thing that people say sometimes. She says, I can forgive, but I can't forget. And I think that's a really dumb saying. I don't think you can forgive somebody if you can't forget their actions. And I do actually, ironically, think it's a really good saying for Sam because she keeps saying she wants to move on. She wants to let go of things that happened with Ron, but she can't. And I mean, I don't blame her for not being able to, but she can't seem to forgive or forget. Sam is upstairs. I think Mike picked up on the weird vibe from Sam, so he goes upstairs to talk to her some more.
Yeah.
You're not upset about the whole Ron thing when I just spoke to you about it, are you?
I can't even talk about it.
No, I feel you. But yeah, you have to talk to somebody. Like, how do you get past that?
I'm not exactly sure what Mike is trying to accomplish here. I think Mike does have good intentions and he wants to help Sam, but he also likes causing drama. It's the duality of Mike they're meeting here. Ron, unbeknownst to Mike, overhears this. Oof. That's one of my worst fears, is that somebody will hear me talking crap about them. Ronnie goes into like caveman mode and he goes to tell Paulie and Dina what happened and that he is going to put Mike in his place. But Paulie takes Ronnie out on a little boardwalk fun time. Dina takes Sam out separately to get them away from each other. It's funny because Paulie and Ronnie are riding all the fun rides together, except the one that spins really fast because it, pushes you against your partner that you're sitting next to. I mean, the seats are for two, so I think they didn't want to do that because if they touched, they feared they might catch the gay. Sam and Dina are at a bar taking shots, and the boys walk by.
There they are.
Sammi. I don't want to deal with it yet. Nah.
Bye. I think he was with a girl.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yo, come here. I need to talk to you. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Good. What's up? Just want to say hi.
You want to play that game? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find the hottest guy in this bar and get Ron back for talking to a girl.
So there's a million people following Ronnie and Paulie around because the show was very popular. They could not go in public without getting mobbed by like a bunch of people. So maybe there was a girl that was close to Ronnie, or maybe Paulie was just looking extra submissive and breedable that day. Either way, Sam immediately jumps to the worst conclusion that Ron is taking revenge on her and talking to a girl. Do I blame Sam for jumping to this conclusion? Not necessarily. Ron has in the past gone out after he's been mad at Sam and hit on chicks, cheated on her, whatever. But she immediately starts flirting with guys at the bar instead of taking a break, letting things breathe, and finding out the truth. It's not a good choice. What I really take away from this is that before they see each other, Ron's laughing, he's having a good time. Sam's laughing, she's having a good time. And they see each other and they both just look miserable. Back at the house later that night, Ron decides now is the time to confront Mike about having girl code.
You guys want to get food? Anybody want to go do dinner anyway? Ask Sam since that's your friend. We're all friends. No, that's your friend, obviously. I was supposed to be your boy, and you play me out, bro.
Oh, get that out of here, bro. I never played you out of here, bro.
I saw what I saw, and it was wrong. What you did was wrong, bro.
What was
What did you say to her?
If I think I know what you're saying, I was like, you know what, Sam, you should be by yourself, and I'm telling you, you should be by yourself, because I don't think it's healthy for you guys to fight that much.
It's none of your business,
Oh, my
bro.
God. You guys fight every second. What do you want me to do?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
You guys are my roommates.
It drives me nuts.
Nut. Got him.
Whenever somebody tries to be the voice of reason with Ron and he said, it's none of your business. He does this whenever somebody kind of stands up for Sam because he wants to paint them as a nosy busybody. Ron and Sam have made their relationship, collectively, they have made it everybody's business. They fight in a house with 6 people all the time. They're all in close quarters. Everybody's around it, especially Mike. Mike shares a room with them. It looks like 75% of the time when they're fighting, Mike is trying to get ready or he's sleeping. So yes, it is their business in a way. Ron also confronts Mike about the anonymous letter Jenny and Snookie had written to Sam saying Ron had cheated on her in Miami. Because in a roundabout way, Mike confirmed everything was true. This is another thing to me that points to them watching season 2 as season 3 is filming. Like Ron just saw that happen and is now extra hyped up and pissed off. Mike pulls a move on Ron I don't think Ron saw coming.
It could be a fight. So I decided to man up and take the high road and apologize just so that they'd be quiet.
You don't do that.
You know what? I'll be honest with you right now. I'm going to say I'm wrong. I'm being honest. I played it wrong. I apologize.
Everyone's shocked face is so funny. Because this is a house full of people who chronically cannot apologize. They cannot fathom somebody apologizing for their behavior. Ron is gobsmacked. He is stun-locked. And the dust is settled between them for now. There's a funny little intercut scene of Jenny and Roger out on a date. And a bunch of people keep coming up to say hi to Roger because he's a local and he knows everybody.
What's up?
Nothing.
Roger, what are you doing here?
Ugh. Should we not have come here?
That's my buddy Tommy that I'm going to watch the fight with.
How you doing, man?
What's up, Playboy? How are you?
Good, man.
It's good.
Roger calls one of the guys Playboy. And I would like to bring that back, okay? Gender neutral term, kind of like use guys. Playboy. You are all my Playboys now. What up, Playboy? How are we feeling on that? Yes? No? This is like a big episode for Ron and Sam fighting. So I'm going to cover it all, but I'm low-key kind of getting burnt out covering every single one of their fights. So if there's a fight in the future and they're bickering, I might omit it because I'm getting fatigued. But I'm covering everything in this episode.
I have never been so hurt in my entire life.
I have enough respect and love for you to admit what I did was wrong and shameful and disrespectful. You're so dumb and hard-headed that you can't even admit what you did to me in Atlantic City was wrong, what you did to me in Jersey was wrong. Be a woman and man up for your for once.
Ron is like, I have enough love and respect for you to apologize for cheating on you. I think if you have love and respect for somebody, you don't cheat on them. It's a novel idea, I know. But, yeah. Also, refresh my memory if I'm wrong. I don't remember Ron ever apologizing to Sam for cheating on her. Am I crazy? I have watched Jersey Shore OG a lot. And I can't think of any scene distinctly where he apologizes. Maybe he did it off camera. I don't know. Ron's also saying, what you did to me in Jersey was wrong. What you did to me in Atlantic City was wrong. So just to refresh your memory, what you did to me in Jersey was wrong was the night at the club when Sam thought Ron was dancing with a woman and he wasn't. She gave her number to a cop out of revenge. So that's that. What you did to me in Atlantic City was Sam went on a girls' trip to AC in between season 1 and 2 when Ron and Sam were broken up, and he kept calling her and she didn't answer. Terrible, I know. Ron loses his shit. And it's over. For real this time. Sammy's talking to the girls how she wants to go out to a club, hook up with a guy. To preemptively piss Ron off. Because she assumes he's going to try to hook up with the girl to piss her off. Now, is that an illogical conclusion based on Ron's past actions? No. But is it a good idea? No. It's like stabbing somebody, having them stab you back. Just going back and forth until you're both bleeding out. Snookie and Dina are trying to tell her, just go out, have fun, dance. Don't hook up with the guy, just have fun and dance. They're trying their best. I don't think Sam's ready to listen to logic. The girls and guys are getting ready to go out separately. Ronnie is like, guess single Ronnie's coming out to play. But he goes upstairs to get something out out of the closet that Sam is sitting in front of getting ready. She asks him, what are you going to do if a girl comes up to you? And Ron says, I'm single, I can do what I want. Things are escalating. They're screaming at each other. Polly and Vinny are downstairs listening to them scream at each other. And Vinny says,
oh my God.
Should I go help him?
No.
There's no help in that. We realized that there's no hope for these two. You know, I thought it was gonna get better, but then you realize that they just love to fight with each other. So let them go.
I feel two ways about this. I don't understand how somebody can live in a house who's fighting with their partner like this and not say anything to them. I don't know. I don't think the boys ever really took Ron and Sam's fights seriously. Simultaneously, I can understand not wanting to involve yourself in a toxic relation where it just is a cycle that is not breaking. Ron and Sam are in a unique position because they are living together in a house for a reality TV show, so they can't really leave. But Sam said she was going to move her stuff out of his room, and she didn't. And it feels like they gravitate to each other just for the explicit purpose of fighting. I've had friends who have been in relationships like this, and I've begged them. I'm sure some of you out there, a lot of you have known people like this. You have friends. You beg them. You beg them to leave. You'll support them. You'll help them. And they just can't bring themselves to do it. But then when things blow up with their partner, you still have to be there to do damage control. And after a while, it feels like you are responsible for this shitty relationship they're in, and you can't protect your own peace, right? It's about finding balance, which is tough. So I don't necessarily fault Vinny here. I also don't think anything he said would have helped anyway. I think most of you have seen Jersey Shore and know the scenes that are coming up, but I think it bothers even the hardcore fans sometimes. So here is your warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ron's quick temper flares up. He goes over to Sam's side of the closet and starts pulling stuff out, and telling her she needs to leave the room.
Go live here. What did I do to you?
You know what, at this point, take all your and get out this room.
Stop! Don't touch my ever.
Take all your and get out this room.
You
You're not welcome in this room. Nobody likes you in this room.
Mike goes upstairs to grab a hat. Maybe I'm giving Mike more credit here than he deserves, but I think he was using that as an excuse to keep an eye on Ron and Sam to make sure things weren't getting out of hand. He tries to get Ron to go downstairs, but Ron is not listening at all. And instead, he's grabbing Sam's bed, I guess to try to throw it outside. He immediately runs downstairs to get Vinny and Polly to help.
Yo, come on, get up here, please. Go, guys. Throw it.
I hate you more than anybody I've ever hated my entire.
Out of this room.
Don't touch my.
Come on, go downstairs, dude. My self.
Enough's enough already.
We run upstairs. Sammy's like a spider monkey, climbing on the bed, not letting go, with a pit bull lock.
Stop! You psycho!
Ron, just go downstairs, Ron.
Get away from me, you psycho!
Ron is like dragging Sam all around on the bed. They're trying to separate them. They do eventually get Ron away, and they bring him to the smush room, I believe. I think you can see a switch flip here with Sam, where it's like she's realizing all the terrible things Ron has done to her, so she chases after him. It's like she just completely loses it, and she's in like a complete breakdown, and she's just screaming at him, I hate you, over and over and over again. It's so sad to watch.
Do it ever!
Sam, go in there. Go in there.
I hate you!
Sam,
I hate you! I hate you! For doing what you...
Take a break for a second.
Then Vinny and Paulie are separating them again, and they're both smiling. I don't think they're taking this very seriously. Now, I know some people laugh and smile when they're uncomfortable, so maybe that's the case, but I don't know. They're finally separated. Ron is in rampage mode still. He's throwing all of Sam's stuff onto the balcony. He's going to leave with the boys, and he does this really sneaky thing, again, because I think Ron has like a masterclass in manipulation, where as he's leaving, Snookie is downstairs comforting Sam. He says, Snookie was right. You are a slut. Because if you remember in episode 1, Sammi was not friends with the girls. They're fighting, and Snookie calls Sam a slut. But they're friends now. And Ron is like trying to sow seeds of discord between the girls and Sam because he wants to make her feel insecure in the security that she is seeking. It's insane. The girls move Sam's stuff downstairs before they go out. When they enter the club, Sam says,
I'm going to Aztec tonight for one reason. Get Ron back, the best way I know how.
Let's find the hottest guy! Let's find the hottest guy! Where's the hottest guy at? We need a hot guy! I need a hot guy right now!
I know a lot of people out there, especially women, try to convince their friends, I think with good intentions, to hook up with a guy to piss off their ex. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it. You're playing yourself. Instead, get some exercise. Spend time with family and friends. Read a book. Watch trashy reality show. Watch Jersey Shore. Get some takeout, okay? Don't let a dick inside of you to piss the previous dick that was inside of you off. It's not worth it. It is funny how brazen Sam is trying to get a guy, because before going to the club, Ron was talking a big game. And he's in the club looking like a wounded animal while Sam is standing on a bar screaming for hot guys. First of all, Snookie and Dina encouraging Sam to dance with a guy in front of Ron at the same club to piss him off after a big blow up is not good, okay? I think the intentions were good, but as they say, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Let's face it though, Sam looks really good here, She's confident, she's having fun. Now, her motivation isn't great, but Sam can pull guys. And Ron was all like, I got the smush room tonight. I'm going to bring back 2 hood girls and, whatever. He's pissed because Sam can actually pull and he can't.
We broke up 45 minutes ago, and she actually had the balls to, get all done up and go to the bar and, just dance with another guy. And it's like, I want to wring your neck right now.
Ron is saying he wants to choke Sam. She's like, sure, maybe you can get away with saying that as a hyperbole if you weren't just flirting with the line against the person you're saying you want to choke. I don't know. Ron is whining in the confessional.
I can't believe she was just dancing with some guy. Whether you're broken up or not, I think that's disrespectful. I just hate her. Out of my room, bitch. My man was just so upset. He was distraught. Your hair curls, bitch.
Disrespectful, this man says, after he cheated on Sam in Miami. Disrespectful, he says, as his confessional is being voiced over a scene of him destroying all of Sam's stuff in her room. I don't think Sam going to the club and doing what she did was a good idea. She poked the bear, and now the bear is in like full mauling mode. It's crazy to me, though, that Ron will use any situation in which Sam treats him like 1/16th the way he treated her to go full Joker mode. And if you'll see in one of these shots, Ron intentionally stomps on Sam's glasses. And to me, this feels particularly insidious. Let me know if you agree. Because, yeah, he's throwing her clothes. He threw her blow dryer, her curlers. She doesn't, need those things to function, as messed up as that is. She needs her glasses. She wears them at night when she has her contacts out. So to specifically target them is like him knowing he's going to mess up her ability to, exist. It's so messed up. When Sam gets upstairs, she's just, overwhelmed by everything she sees, and she's clearly a broken person.
Oh my God. Everything is destroyed of mine. Everything's broken and ruined. Oh my God.
Ron's up on the rooftop talking to Mike, but, Sam's up there holding on her glasses, so Mike leaves. And I feel like there's a small moment we can see on Ron's face that maybe there's a tinge of regret for flying off the handle. Ron's only attribute is being a defensive asshole, so he immediately goes into defense mode.
What makes that okay? What'd you do?
What'd you do to me tonight?
Dude, come
were
on.
Wrong, bro. You disrespected me in front of my face.
Really, Ron? It amazes me how you can do what you've done and get away with it like murder. But the one time I do something out of spite, it's not okay for you.
This is another moment where I think Sam is showing some sort of self-awareness. She knows what she did was a bad play, but I also feel like she felt like this is the only tactic she had to even the playing field with Ron because she tried everything else. Obviously, that tactic was a little too effective. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but if you're out there and your goal is to inflict the pain upon your partner that they have inflicted upon you, that's not your partner. That's your enemy, and you need to not be in that relationship. Ron keeps yapping how she disgusts him, and he had enough respect for her to cheat behind her back. Whee! Then he has the nerve to go inside to the bathroom where he's sniffling and crying. Wah. All this drama is intercut between, awkwardly intercut between Jenny and Roger, I guess, going to bang, and Jenny comes out in that outfit she got from the adult store, and she looks good. So good.
Roger's about to leave Seaside for the next couple of weeks. So I wanted to give him something to think about before he leaves.
Get the out.
Come on. Don't be shy.
The next day, Sam is reflecting back on the past 24 hours, and I feel so bad for her here. She's just defeated and broken, so she decides to leave.
What's up, Bruno?
Are you all right?
A lot of stuff is said and done to me that I realize it's not okay anymore. The relationship's done, and it needs to be done because it's not healthy. I feel like I just need to get out of here. I need to go home, really get myself together.
Sammi is going from person to person to tell them that she's leaving, and it's pretty clear what's going on. So Ron asks Vinny if Sam is apologizing for what happened last night. Ron is shocked and confused that Sam wants to leave. She's crazy, he says. They're saying a teary-eyed goodbye, and he says some garbage like, if you want to leave, I'm going to let you leave. Huh? Anyway, MTV plays this iconic song over Sam getting in the taxi, Then Ron's up on the deck. He's crying. And in the confessional, he says,
Never thought there'd be a day that she just left. I miss her, I love her. And I definitely regret all the negative that I've ever done. And definitely more now than ever.
I don't know how much abuse Ron thought Sam was going to put up with. By saying he never thought she'd leave, though, makes me feel like he thought she'd put up with it indefinitely. Now let's go over to Ray Replies to Replies S Corp. This is from Siren Night 111. This is about Jeff from the last episode. Even with him saying production made me look crazy, dude, you went on some type of news and asked this girl who you went on a couple dates with to marry you. You made yourself look crazy. And yeah, maybe production told her a lie about you, but you again asked this random girl to marry you who you didn't even have contact with. That's why you had to do it through a news article, just looking like you want attention. What is interesting is how he's not related to Gianni in the show. Just made that up. It was funny though. I know. I think in an episode or like a couple episodes, we'll find out that the origin of Jeff supposedly being related to Gianni, I think was from Roger. I don't know. So it all got very convoluted. But also about the news article or the newspaper where Jeff asked Snookie to marry him. I'm going to post it again here. He's wearing, like he did serve, I think as a Marine in Iraq. He's wearing an army fatigue hat, the pants and the army boots, and he's shirtless. I know when you're in the military, there are very strict dress codes. You get in trouble. I know he's out of the military in this thing, but isn't it kind of weird? Like, am I crazy, or don't some people think that that would be disrespectful to start like sexualizing your Marine uniform? I don't know. Is that weird? Maybe somebody out there can enlighten me on it. Thank you all for the birthday wishes, by the way. You guys really know how to make a gal feel special. Also, a couple of people had mentioned that they missed my mushroom guy, and in a tragic turn of events a couple of months ago, he fell off of my bed and fell into my old crappy baseboard heater, and his face melted off, and it was very sad. So yesterday, my husband and I went to the zoo for my birthday, and he got me a tapir. I know some people say taper, but I'm going to say tapir. We've named her Blanche, and I thought maybe we'd try her out as the new mascot. What do you think? Thank you for commenting, and thank you for joining me. I'm Ray Arcade. Until next time, stay crazy, stay wild. Bye!